base locations, and what to expect when you fight the servers. Let's jump into it. This server's not done yet, but everybody's shielded, and I'm just sitting on these temples pulling points, so I'm gonna do this early. We got a small lead. It could change at any second.
Welcome, field agents.
Let's do the base
It's the
locations.
FBI.
Not many.
Let's see what we can get into tonight.
6 major locations are right here. You can pause it if you want. First one we're going to is 828-707. This is the Nax. There is no K40s. No paid castles. So it's a side eye. PXR 859484. You got one old money here. No K40s. So I take it that's the rally leader. Okay. Next on stop. Bros 402639. This is there's 2 major alliances. This is one of them. Plenty of paid castles, plenty of health. 5, 7. Eight, 8.5. 5.5. 3.8. 5.8. Decent team. Didn't really see a whole lot out of this team, but they did make a few appearances. 591334. Looks to be Farm Alliance with no proper rally leader. This guy was bugging a lot. It's just a farm, but that's the one. That's the one they do their scouting the temples and all with. I believe that guy. Well, that guy owns that one. You can tell it by the name, but I just remember seeing the farm, not really him. On to the next one. Let me verify something. Okay. Alright. Next one's LAH. It's probably the next biggest one other than the 2. See some 37s, 38s. It's another old money one. 3.9. Should be the rally leader. I wonder if they fought Viper. This is their leader. Selkala. 12.5 with the rally castle. I like the name Supergirl. These guys, they came out a little bit, but it wasn't a whole lot. Finally, the server's main team. Here, we're going to find this guy cost them the server. They had it wrapped up, and then he came over messing with the temples and lost all kind of points to us. They had it in the bag. Oh, and this Nax person. Yeah. Hell if I know what he was doing on the temple. But he gave it up. He gave it up quite a bit. I don't know. Nax might have been the... I think Nax had more times, but not such a big number. This is the Chinese, Japanese players, which you're going to find their main player is Apple. And I have a lot to tell y'all about this one. It's a level 40, Michael, Jerry Springer. They got some cool names. 5.7, Jerry Springer. Actually, I don't see Apple. That's a problem. Maybe shouldn't be making a video. Yeah, there's Apple. Alright. So yeah, they had a couple more big ones right here. But the ones that were actually active in server were these two. I don't want to butcher the name. Or Jaime and question mark, pots and pans. That's Apple. We'll look at these. So this player came over and they worked together. That's Apple's team partner. And with my favorite thing. Now Apple. We fought that our second server was against these people and we conquered their throne. You're not conquering this throne anymore. Not unless you got a team. Which my team don't do stuff like that. Not yet. But I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna go to some of these reports and show you the power of the Apple. I should be throwing up some screenshots right now. I thought Apple was gonna look like this, but when Apple came out swinging, she looked more like this. Okay. Alright, here we go. First, I should have mentioned her ideal land is like 12 or 13,000. And I think we found that she had either 11 or 12 historic cities. So she's maxed everything possible. 8.4 March, which that's a little bit above me right now. But here's where the ticket tells it all. So you'll see running Sucket and Forkbeard. She came in 36, 27 and a half, 29. Which, that's not our top number. But 36. Okay. Anything, ain't nobody ever say I just punch down. I punch sideways and I punch up. So here she goes. She's blasting that 83 march. At this point, I'm still hiding my bus. Well, she didn't. She didn't need to. 36. But then on the sub series, it looked like I had it. Cause you'll see later on, she sends a mixed march, and if you don't win in each category, you'll lose that category in the shuffle. But on this category, I won everything except for the ground. But this is not the march that devastated me. Suck it. Suck it. Suck it. Watch this. 36. Here was another one of her marches, which I'll show this. Alright, 77. So apparently our white dragons on the other. I'll tell you that off the report. Now this is where the individual ones counted. 900, 800, 600, and only 2 siege. 8, 1,000,000, 6, 2 on siege. 8, 5, 6, 6, 1, 1, and then we got some 50s, and then it flakes down to 3s. I still hide mine. I sent 1 troop, which I felt mine versus hers. I was 250 points less on the attack, but the HP and defense had made up for it, so I was feeling kind of good. But I'd lost on the mount by the comparison. But here is the super march. You'll see this thing come up later. 1.6 ground, 1,000,000 range, 2, 2, 1.5, 1, 2, 2, 1.3, then 100, and then 1,000,000, and then flakes down. So let's fast forward it. Felt fairly confident in my numbers, because you'll see here I had the numbers all the way down, except for the ground. Alright, I finally pulled the trigger and decided to do a full march on it. But for some reason, my 3,200 turns into 29. And my 3,000 turns into 27. And my 27 turns into 25. And his, well, I forget what was it, 31 or whatever, jumps up to 37. And then 31. 34, beating me on all counts. And the range jumps up 800, 500, 800. And I just took a nosedive, and he took a jump forward from where he had been showing the reports. And I said here, and then here. So one more goes by, filling them out. I'm still mad about losing the last one. I come back and then lose it again. Now if you'll notice, this time I'm at 3, 2 in the 8, 20, almost 27. He's at 34, 3 and 31. So he's 300, about 300% less on all of us. But still way past me. But the bus just ate my bus. And after that, I sent him a message. I said, I don't want no more of this. I quit. You can have the damn temple. And that catches us up where we're at. But yeah, like I said, when we fought them the last time, we kind of blew over this server. And this time, I got railroaded by the bad apple. She did a really great progress. But I'm gonna post this in 2 parts, just so I can clip the score on the last end. Alright. Well, we had an exciting development happen. We actually lost the lead, and one of our idiot teammates went to go hit empty castles. This guy, Cozhl, Kozol, he went to hit empty castles. Their player, Omarimi, hit him. Our 250 point lead went to like a 200 point loss. Then they came over here, this player's shitty, sad server, to taunt us. And then they lost their 200 point lead when he got clipped. So it's been some big things moving back and forth. Apple, I'm going to consume it. Okay, y'all, exciting finisher to this close match. I finally smashed Apple, but it was in the form of reinforcing. But it was for the game winning kill that flipped the score back. So this player came up. I was killing monsters, and I was on the temple doing a little secret thing that you're about to have a video come out right now. I put it on time release, but 8 o'clock there's a new video that came out for secret server points. I used it heavily in this one, especially the last minute attack by Apple, grabbing the 2,000 points on the temples when we were running neck to neck. So here's the last thing. I showed y'all where Apple pummeled me one-on-one. Now the reason I won is because when you're inside of somebody, you use off of their buffs. Your buffs still count, but you are penalized by them. And you'll see. Yeah. So you see that. Okay. And they didn't fully debuff my attack. And I ran over it. Alright. Here's what he had. your standard T1 stuff. It was 1.3 billion. I seen him. I heavily suspected him to be reinforced with either ground or siege. Either way, I knew the mount was the right call to go for. And here was Apple. With the ground and range. But the range did take a chunk out of me. It's just wasn't fully debuffed inside a T-pin. And then the ground got walked on. But alright, so that's it. I've already done the rest of this. I'm gonna piece it all together. It should come out pretty fast tonight. Exciting match. It wasn't a runaway score either way. We had back and forth for the last 6 hours. Our people screwed up, their people screwed up, and then this happened at the end, which the final points for server, I ended up going back positive after Apple sent me negative. Final points 967 200, and I was 492,000 points positive. The real champions of this was my teammates above and below me. They had a wide gap between their win-loss. You'll see Pew right here, and Savannah just went, and there she is, 339, and was positive 900. So she had a 3x point loss. Anyway, I want to give a shout out to Outstanding for that performance for my two teammates. They pulled it in for us. But alright guys, till next time, I'm out.